Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very exciting video, and kind of like the first wedding series type video on my channel. Actually no, I have trying on wedding dresses. This will be the second one then. But I'm so excited to be getting married in a couple of months time, so I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some questions, whether it's regarding like our budget, our venue, like everything. Anything to do with our wedding, I asked you guys on Instagram, so I will leave it here. If you guys don't already follow me, you should go follow me over there, because I post a lot of the like behind the scenes kind of wedding, like when we go to look at venues, when we go to look at rings and all of that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun over there. So yeah, if you want to follow me on there, I'll put it on the screen. You guys asked some really exciting questions and I'm excited to answer them. So without any more rambling, let's get on to the video. Okay, so a little background story if you guys are new to my channel. We got engaged when we were on a holiday in Sydney, which was in April, and then our wedding is in October on our 7-year anniversary. We always said we wanted to have it on our anniversary, but it just so kind of happened that we're only allowing ourselves 6 months time to plan a wedding. But Andy and I are very cool, calm and collected people, and we knew we didn't want anything extravagant, over the top, anything huge, or yeah, just basically that, anything extravagant. So 6 months I think is enough time. We're halfway now and we've pretty much got everything sorted. And yeah, so that's basically the little background story. We are doing it within 6 months. It is a very chilled wedding, very budget friendly. I'll tell you guys a bit more about it in the questions later, like how much our budget is. But yeah, very chilled wedding. So now let's get on to the questions. So the first question comes from Emma Hay 98, and she says, will you have a videographer? The short answer to this is no, we will not be having a videographer. We're actually separating our ceremony and our reception. So the ceremony is just our close family and friends, which is on our actual anniversary, which falls on a Thursday, and then the reception will be with our other friends and like extended family, and that will be on the Saturday. So we didn't really want to pay thousands of dollars for a videographer when it's not all going to be like conjoined, if you know what I mean. So the ceremony only takes 10 to 15 minutes and then that's basically it. So yeah, we didn't really want to pay someone to video that, but we are going to set up our own cameras on tripods just to film it, because as you guys know, I've been on YouTube for like 5 or 6 years now, and I love capturing moments, and it's very special to me to have things on camera and film to look back on. So yeah, we're not doing anything fancy. We're just going to set up our cameras on tripods, and maybe our family members will film a couple of shots. Andy's dad is actually like a photographer, so yeah, he might help us film some nice little shots. But I might be able to put together like a little wedding vlog if you guys are interested, but it just won't be any like fancy kind of things. It'll just be cameras on tripods. Rhiannon Rosehill asked, how did Andy pick the ring? This is why I wanted to have him in this video, just so he could give you guys a rundown. But basically it didn't take him very long to pick the ring. We obviously have been talking about getting married for a really long time, and especially the last year or so, I'd say even more so. So I kind of had shown him what kind of rings I liked. I wanted more of like a square rather than a circle. I wanted like a simple band, or maybe like a little bit of like diamonds on the band, and then just like a plain diamond ring. So that is what it looks like. My fingernails are disgusting, so I'm trying not to show you guys. So yeah, it's basically a square, and then it has a little circle on the inside. So I really like the detailing of it, and I just think he did such a good job picking it out. Like, I love it, and I feel like it suits my tiny little hands perfectly. Like, if it was any bigger or any more like diamondy, I feel like it would have been a kill. So I love it, and he did so well. Jeppels asked, have you felt pressured by social media to get married? I would definitely say neither of us have felt pressured by social media. We've been dating well before the whole like social media thing kind of like took off. But yeah, like you see on social media all the time couples who are very young or who have only been together for a couple years get married, and that was just not really anything that appealed to us, I guess. Like, we've been together since I was 18 and he was 21, I think. And we just kind of wanted to wait for like the perfect timing. We bought our house together a couple years ago. We have our little fur babies together, and we have been together coming up 7 years. So I don't think social media affected us in any way. If anything, it kind of showed us to wait until you're ready and not rush into it, because social media just like glorifies a lot of things, relationships being one of them. but that doesn't impact us at all. Andy doesn't even like have social media. He doesn't go on Facebook, he doesn't go on Instagram, he doesn't watch YouTube videos, so yeah, I don't really think it would have impacted us in any way. Resist the Wait, or Manny, says, surely a classic Woolies mud cake for the wedding cake? Question mark. Yes, mud cakes from Woolies are the best, but we're actually not having a cake. As I said before, we're not having like a traditional wedding. It's very much just Andy and I style, nothing over the top. So we're not actually having a cake. We're having like little cupcakes. And again, we don't even eat cupcakes. Like if we had a choice, we probably wouldn't even have them. But I feel like it's the right thing to do, at least to have cupcakes. So yeah, maybe like mini woolly mud cake cupcakes though. Gabby Rose Livja, can't say her name, I'm sorry. She asked, what is the budget for the wedding? I actually had a fair few people ask, like in specific, what is the budget for the wedding, because I have told you guys it's budget friendly. Basically, I'm gonna lean back for this one. We didn't actually fully sit down and say like, all right, we have this much money, let's put this much money towards it. But when we did get engaged, I did have a whole list of like what we needed, what was important to us, and what we thought it was going to cost. And all up, it was going to cost anywhere between 3 to 5 grand, which is super cheap for a wedding. But that's kind of just who we are. Like, I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a dress that I was only going to wear once. We didn't want to spend like $2,000 on videographers and photographers when we have people in our lives that are really good at photography and videography. So that kind of was a way up. We also didn't want to be spending like $5,000 on a venue and that type of thing. So we kind of figured out what was important to us and how much things cost. And yeah, and then yeah, we kind of tallied up. It'd probably be anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000. And now that we've already like purchased most of the things, that's pretty much a correct budget for our wedding. At the moment, it's probably around 3 grand, but we have a lot of amazing family and friends who are supporting us and helping us in so many ways. Like our parents are helping us pay for the venue and what else? The decorations, the decor, and all that type of stuff. Our friends are also going to help us with the photography and all of that type of stuff, fixing my dress. So yeah, we've had a lot of helping hands, which has made life a lot easier, and we are very grateful and thankful for all those people. But yeah, I would say $3,000 to $5,000 max, because there are certain things you do have to pay for. Like a celebrant cost anywhere from $500 to $1,000, and that's pretty much like you have no choice. Like if you want it to be legally binding, you need like a celebrant. So you have to pay for that. And then obviously you have to get a dress, you have to get your wedding bands, which cost another couple $100s. We weren't originally having a venue. We were going to have it in Andy's parents' backyard, but then we found a beautiful venue on the beach that was very affordable, only $300. So we decided, hey, let's just do that. But yeah, it's worked out to be around 3 to 5 grand for those asking. That was the longest response ever. I'm so sorry. Maybe if you guys want to see a more detailed budget, how we saved video, I'll make that. Let me know below. She also said, are you having bridesmaids and will you be doing a hens night with them? So basically we're not having bridesmaids or groomsmen. Yeah, that's what they're called. Actually, none of our friends are coming to the ceremony. We wanted to keep it very intimate, so it's literally just our parents, our siblings, and our grandparents, but they will be coming to like the reception, the party afterwards. So yeah, we're not having bridesmaids, but I am still doing like a hens bachelorette party because I'm very close with my friends. I've known them since I was about 10 years old, so they do still mean a lot to me, and I wanted to make them a part of the day in the best way I could. So we are still doing a hens day. We're actually doing a massive winery tour, a little bit bougie for me. We booked a Hummer and we're going to stay in the city in like a cute little Airbnb. So that's going to be with like my closest friends, and then also some family members like my mum, Andy's mum, his sister, and some aunties and cousins. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. I might actually vlog that. We'll see. Cara Michelle X says, have you felt judgment from companies when you tell them your budget? I guess a little bit when it came to photographers and makeup artists, because I would ask for a quote for a photographer and they would tell me like $1,000 to $2,000, and then I'd have to kindly explain that we don't need someone for 10 hours like they usually would. We literally only need a photographer for, let's say, 2 to 3 hours of the day, and that's it. So I guess I felt a little bit judged, but not overly. Like, I don't really care what people think because it's exactly what Andy and I wanted to do, and we can't afford $2,000 for 2 hours of photography. Alia X would love to know what you saved money on and what you splurged on. So this is a good question for if you guys want to see more of the budget video. Basically, we splurged on the celebrant because you kind of have no choice. Our wedding bands cost probably the most amount of money out of anything. I don't know what else really. I'd say alcohol and food is basically the other thing, because they're like $1,000 plus for the food and alcohol. So I have makeup in my eyeballs. But I definitely would just say the celebrant, the venue, the food, the alcohol, and our wedding bands. They're what we're spending our most amount of money on. She also asked, where are you planning to honeymoon? So basically, my family live in New Zealand, and half of them are coming over for the wedding because like my dad and stuff are, but my grandparents and aunties and uncles and stuff aren't coming over for the wedding. So we wanted to go to New Zealand like straight after so we can still celebrate with them in our little bubble of happiness and love. So that's the plan. We're going to get married, and then for the week after we'll go to New Zealand to see them, and then hopefully we will go to Fiji for another week after that, because from New Zealand to Fiji is a pretty like quick flight. But it kind of just depends if we're allowed work off and if we have enough money after paying for the wedding. So yeah, but definitely New Zealand to see our family. So we'll have like a mini honeymoon, and then hopefully Fiji. If not, we'll do it in a couple of months' time. Okay. So Jess McGinnon said, how many people are you having at your wedding? We actually counted this the other day, and we're having roughly 70, which is a lot, because when we first wrote the guest list, there was maybe 40 people. But now that we're having it in a big hall, we decided we could invite like more people. So now we're looking at around 70 of our closest friends and family. We're literally only inviting people that we see like very often. We're not like inviting people that we went to school with or anything like that. Just like actual close friends that we see all the time, and then close family members. She also said, are you getting married in Melbourne? We are. We're getting married on the Mornington Peninsula, which is where we live. So it's about an hour from like Melbourne CBD. But it's a beautiful area. It's all like beaches, ocean, sand, sun. So I'm very excited for that. She also said, since it's only a small wedding, did you ever consider eloping? We did actually consider eloping for about 2 seconds. I thought getting married in New Zealand would be easier for my family to be able to make it. So I thought having it there would be good because half my family do live over there. But then it would make it obviously harder for our family here. So I think it was easier just to get married in Australia and get married like on the beach where we live. I just think it's a bit more special that way. It's where we bought our house, and it's where we've, you know, grown our relationships. So yeah, we are getting married on the beach, and we just thought eloping was going to be very expensive. Bree Williams XO said, why is the wedding happening so fast? So basically, it is only happening in 6 months, which in my opinion is not very fast. I think it depends what kind of wedding you're after. If you are after a more extravagant wedding, then for sure you probably need at least a year to be able to save the money for it. But planning wise, I feel like 6 months is enough time. Like we probably could have got married in 3 months if we wanted to. I definitely think money is probably the biggest reason why people wait so long. But again, like I said, our budget's only like 3 to 5 grand, so it's not a very expensive wedding by any means. So yeah, that is why we're doing it within 6 months. And we did also always say that we wanted to get married on an anniversary 1 year. We got engaged in April, so if we didn't get married this year, then we'd have to wait 1.5 years. And I just feel like that would have been too long. I am not, like, I'm the most impatient person ever. There is no way I could have waited 1.5 years. So 6 months, it was. Karina said, I'd love to know how you decided on a budget for both the wedding and the honeymoon. So like I said before, we didn't really sit down and like say, okay, we want to spend 5 grand, but we did work out how much things cost, and then we decided that was pretty good. Like 3 to 5 grand between 2 people is a very budget friendly wedding. So yeah, that's basically how we came up with the budget. Obviously we can go over, but we just would like to stick to the lower number, because getting married to us is, the wedding to us is not that big of a deal. It's getting married is the big deal. Like we had always joked that we would go down to the town hall and do it that way. Like it really, having this big extravagant wedding was not on either of our like plans, I guess. We are doing it now because I'm excited, but we did actually joke about like going to the town hall. But then you have to have 2 witnesses, and it's so hard to pick and choose who, because people would feel left out, and we, like both our parents we'd love to have there. So we just decided to do a small intimate ceremony so that everyone in our close-knit family could come, and then we obviously wanted to celebrate with our friends and our extended family as well, so that is why we have the reception. So yeah, that didn't even answer your question, but Yeah, this video is very long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video though and you got a little bit more of an insight into our wedding. If you do have any more questions, just leave them down below or follow me on Instagram because I will ask again probably at some point. I'd like to do a Q&A with Andy in it as well so we can look back on this. But yeah, if you guys did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what other kind of wedding series videos you would like to see. I'm so excited to film them. And yeah, please also don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. I always love adding to my little subscriber family. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!